Tulsa Tech began as an idea, a belief that hands-on, career-focused education could make a real difference. That idea became a plan. That plan became a reality. Tulsa Tech is a place where students build skills, gain experience, and prepare for the workforce. It's a place where education meets opportunity. And the opportunity offered is life-changing.
The system as a whole is extraordinary. It's world-class. We have the most talented, most dedicated, passionate people in the state when it comes to career technical education.
Tulsa Tech is the finest example of educating people for success in the workplace.
After World War II, the U.S. faced a new kind of challenge: how to quickly train workers for a constantly changing economy. The Marshall Plan, space race, and eventually the U.S. landing on the moon only added pressure to train skilled workers to help maintain our competitive edge on a global stage. As a result, the Vocational Education Act of 1963 was passed by Congress to provide federal funding for the establishment of area vocational technical schools nationwide. And this is where the story of the Oklahoma CareerTech system and Tulsa Tech begins.
Oklahoma was a little bit different. They already had 5 area VOTEC schools in operation, but they weren't independent districts. They were all part of the public school system.
The state law did not allow for area VOTEC schools. So this is why it started under Tulsa Public Schools, and that was in force until the state legislature changed the laws.
In 1964, Oklahoma's State Director for Vocational Technical Schools, J.B. Perkey, envisioned a groundbreaking system that could set a national standard. He enlisted Muskogee Superintendent Francis Tuttle to design a bold new model for vocational education. Tuttle's plan was so innovative that implementing it required an amendment to the state constitution. Fortunately, Governor Henry Bellman and future Governor Dewey Bartlett were already seeking ways to attract new industries to Oklahoma, an effort that hinged on skilled workforce. Oklahoma passed State Question 434 in 1966, paving the way for independent vocational technical school districts with elected local boards and dedicated funding. Even before the measure passed, Tulsa had already built the first vocational technical campus in 1965 at 35th and Memorial.
In 1965, they came to Dr. Mason in Tulsa Public Schools and agreed to open the first area VOTEC school in Oklahoma.
Dr. Mason had a great concern about students graduating from high school and not having a skill, and that's what really got Tulsa into being the first school.
I think there were like 23 programs, very, very small, but it had to have a beginning.
On September 7th of 1965, the flagship campus of Tulsa Tech opened its doors and held its very first classes. Serving a few hundred high school students and offering around 15 programs, this pioneering campus is now known as the Lemley Memorial Campus, named after the very first superintendent, Dr. Joe Lemley.
It was the day after Labor Day in 1965, and on Labor Day, Al and his son Lanny and my son Joe had mowed the lawn. Johnston grass was about 6 feet tall out front on the main campus. We mowed that down so the students could see where to turn into the school the next day.
When they started talking about the area schools and with Dr. Tuttle and J.B. Perkey, they had a meeting and with various administrators and wanted to know who would be interested in coming to a new school that we didn't have in Oklahoma. And of course, that fit Dr. Lemley very well because he was vocationally oriented.
I think it would require a Joe Lemley at the beginning because nothing daunted him. The famous story about Joe Lemley is that he went out hunting one day and a snake bit him and the snake died. Joe was just that resilient, and by God, nothing got him down.
Under Dr. Lemley's leadership, Tulsa Tech emerged as a model for the Oklahoma CareerTech system. He pioneered a new approach, serving multiple school districts and communities rather than just one, setting a statewide standard for vocational education. His charismatic and forward-thinking personality helped him build strong relationships with local employers and industry partners to ensure Tulsa Tech's programs aligned with real-world workforce needs. He was also a passionate advocate for state support and funding, helping shape early policies that fueled the growth of the CareerTech system. In 1973, under his guidance, Tulsa Tech became an independent district, the 18th vocational technical district in Oklahoma. Just 3 years later, the Peoria campus opened, followed by the establishment of the Southeast campus in 1983. Dr. Lemley firmly believed that access to meaningful career opportunities should be available to everyone, and he championed that mission throughout his tenure.
In 1985, I get a phone call from Joe Lemley. And Dr. Lemley said, Gene, he said, I want to tell you about something that I'd like for you to think about. He said, my board has given me the authority to hire a deputy superintendent, and I hope you might consider it. Long story short, I was hired as the deputy superintendent.
In 1988, 23 years after becoming superintendent, Dr. Lemley stepped down, and the board elected Gene Callahan as his successor. Under Dr. Callahan's leadership, Tulsa Tech entered a period of remarkable growth and transformation. From 1988 until his retirement in 2008, he and his dedicated team launched a wide range of innovative programs, including pre-engineering, sports medicine, vision care, pharmacy technician, sound engineering, and TV production. During this time, Tulsa Tech expanded its physical footprint with the construction and opening of the Riverside campus and the Health Sciences Center at the Lemley campus. And the staff more than doubled under his leadership, growing from 212 to over 460 employees. It was also during Dr. Callahan's tenure that we went from Tulsa Votech to Tulsa Technology Center, now widely recognized as Tulsa Tech. In 2008, Dr. Callahan also championed additional renaming efforts, including the rebranding of the Memorial Campus as the Lemley Campus and the Southeast Campus as the Broken Arrow Campus. The baton of leadership was passed once again, this time to Dr. Kara Gay Neal, who became the first woman to serve as superintendent of Tulsa Tech. Dr. Neal left a lasting mark through her many successful efforts.
I would go and speak to chambers. They still did not have a clear concept of what was available to them. And certainly the school districts knew, but even the school districts weren't taking full advantage of Tulsa Tech.
By implementing a common logo and aligning marketing and messaging across all sites, she not only strengthened Tulsa Tech's public recognition, but also deepened partnerships with local school districts and the Chamber of Commerce. The Broken Arrow campus expanded to offer the best transportation training programs nationwide. Ground was broken on the Sand Springs and Owasso campuses, and the first collaborative virtual network was provided to help school districts afford rather expensive software.
I can tell you that out of the 35 years I've been in education, I've never had a bad job. And Tulsa Tech was sort of a pinnacle. It was a wonderful experience.
The thing that I look back on and I smile quite often, the Board of Education brought a young man that really has raised the bar. And he brought Tulsa Tech to a new level of excellence. And I'm talking about your superintendent, Dr. Steve Tiger.
Since being appointed as superintendent in 2012, Dr. Steve Tiger has upheld Tulsa Tech's legacy of excellence while championing innovation, expansion, and community engagement.
We've added numerous new programs. We've grown from 9 extension programs to 23 high school extension programs. We have increased overall enrollment with business and industry, adult career development, full-time extension, many more students, individuals, companies, changing lives, making a difference, growing our economy. We've created many strategic partnerships with our chambers of commerce, obviously with industries, but other philanthropic organizations. Our mission is educating people for success in the workplace.
Tulsa Tech began as an idea. That idea became a plan. That plan became a reality. From 1 campus to 6, From 15 full-time programs to over 80. From hundreds of students to tens of thousands a year. This school's strength lies in the people who bring its mission to life every day. No matter the role, we are all a part of something bigger. Each effort, seen or unseen, contributes to a larger mission. Educating people for success in the workplace.